So today I'm going to show you a dish that we really love at our house. Super simple, and it's using all of the ingredients are actually things that come from Carolina Olive Oil Marketplace. So first of all, we have some beautiful fresh mozzarella. We carry boar's head mozzarella in our store, and I'm telling you, this is just really beautiful and creamy and just lovely. A lot different than, the other kind of mozzarella that isn't fresh. It's, hard. This is very soft and beautiful. I've also got some Roma tomatoes here. If you all don't know, we carry some beautiful produce at the marketplace. These happen to be Roma tomatoes. Sometimes we have vine tomatoes, just a lot of different kinds that we've had. And I'm going to put two slices between each slice of mozzarella because I cut some extra. We're just going to kind of go back and forth here, just in a little bit of a pattern, but don't stress out too much. This is really simple. People will forgive you if your tomatoes are cut a little crooked. It's all okay. This is meant to be fun and simple and delicious, so you're going to be just fine. So actually, I guess I could use a little more. Let's do this. See what I mean? You just make it and fix it and as you go. So very, very simple. So already pretty. One tip that I really like is when I'm doing a serving dish with food actually on it, I prefer a plain dish. I think it sort of features the food a little bit more. But at each place setting, that's where I like my pattern dishes. So I just think that's kind of fun and pretty already, and we're just getting started. So the next thing that we're going to do is a little bit of our Grand Traditional balsamic vinegar. Now this Grand Traditional is really our flagship vinegar. I laugh all the time and say if the house was on fire, this would be what I'd run and grab and run with. This is an 18-year-old balsamic, and I'm telling you, it's like a fine, beautiful red wine. You will not find a nicer balsamic anywhere. And I think every kitchen needs a classic, simple balsamic that you can add your own things to. We also have a golden traditional that's a 12-year-old that I'll use in other recipes and tell you about that too. We call it the little sister to the Grand Traditional. So all we're going to do here is just drizzle a little of this Grand Traditional right across these yummy tomatoes, and you see how thick this pours. This is not the balsamic that you get in the grocery store. This is the real stuff from Modena, Italy, which is the place in the world for balsamic vinegars. So just, in a pretty little pattern, and let's get some in the middle there too, just for effect. The next thing that we're going to do is use some of our basil oil from Carolina Olive Oil. And if you'll notice, I always, most of the time, do the balsamic vinegar first, because if you do the oil first, then the balsamic just sort of rolls off of the food. You'll find that a lot in salad when you're making salads, salad dressing too, because the oil will just make everything roll right off the lettuce leaves to the bottom of the dish, and that's not what you want. So a little bit of this luscious basil oil. This is just really heaven. I wish you could smell this. And it's interesting because I don't have any fresh basil. It would be a beautiful garnish, but taste-wise, I'm telling you, this is just terrific. This basil is another favorite when we have fish at our house, particularly salmon, a good salad dressing base, just lots of things you can do with the basil. The last thing that I want to add, this is some of our Carolina olive oil bread dip seasoning. And it's got all kinds of beautiful herbs in it. There's some salt and black pepper, of course, garlic, coriander seed, mustard seed, all kinds of just yummy things. And you can, of course, do just plain salt and pepper, a fresh grind of pepper, and some Himalayan salt, for instance, would be terrific. But I just love that there's some extra things in here to just give it a little bit more of a depth of flavor. And just really makes it pretty, I think. So Anyway, that is what we've got today. Just a very simple little appetizer for your family. Something fun to serve to guests before the main meal, perhaps. Or instead of a salad. I think that's a terrific way to serve that. So anyway, I wanted to also mention about the wine I chose today. This is a Scotto, from the Scotto vineyard in Italy. This is a dry Sangiovese rosé. So rosé has really enjoyed a comeback in the last few years. For a while it was kind of out of vogue, but it's really been back. I love it nicely chilled. This is a perfect combination to a vegetarian dish or a light meat, or just a lot of, even just some porch wine. A Sangiovese grape is very dry and luscious and just beautiful. This Scotto vineyard is a 5th generation vintner as well. So we love this rosé at our house. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this today. We've got a lot more videos to come we want to share with you, and we look forward to having you in our store and enjoying what we consider a ridiculously delicious lifestyle. So anyway, to our friends old and new, cheers.